Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Laura Bretaña, Spanish interpreter. The interpreter has not been sworn.
All right, we're going to swear you in.
Do you swear to translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English, testimonies given?
Yes, I do, to the best of my abilities, Laura Bretaña, Spanish interpreter.
All right, good morning, sir. Could you state your name, please?
Christian Colón Ojeda.
All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. This time I will...
Ron, I believe there's a victim approaching.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
I think she needs a Spanish interpreter, Your Honor.
We do have a victim present, and I think if we could just, we'll just interpret out loud from here on out. The witness needs an interpreter also.
Okay, Your Honor.
Good morning, ma'am. State your name, please.
Buenos días, señora. Por favor, diga su nombre completo.
Kianelis Rodríguez.
Kianelis Rodríguez.
Ms. Rodriguez, if I give Mr. Colón Ojeda a bond, are you in fear of him?
Señora Rodríguez, si yo le concedo fianza al señor Colón Ojeda, ¿usted le temería?
No.
No.
Do you want to have contact with him or do you want him to stay away from you?
¿Usted desea tener contacto con él o por el contrario prefiere que se mantenga alejado de usted?
Deseo que tengamos contacto.
I would like to have contact with him.
Does the state have any questions for Ms. Rodriguez?
No, Your Honor.
¿La fiscalía tiene alguna pregunta para la señora Rodríguez? No, su señoría.
No, Your Honor.
No, su señoría.
Does the defense have any questions for Ms. Rodriguez?
¿Y la defensa tiene alguna pregunta para la señora Rodríguez?
No, Your Honor.
No, su señoría.
State, what's your position on bond?
A la fiscalía le pregunto cuál es su postura en cuanto a la fianza.
Given the victim's testimony that she is not in fear of him, and given that he does qualify for PTR, state has no objection to PTR.
Dado el testimonio de la víctima que dice que no le teme y las circunstancias de que él cumple con los requisitos para que se le conceda libertad bajo el programa de libertad provisional, la fiscalía no objetaría que se le conceda este programa.
All right, I'm going to release the defendant on pretrial release with the condition that he have no hostile contact with the victim, that he consume no alcohol, possess no weapons.
Muy bien, entonces se le concede la libertad a través del programa de libertad provisional al acusado con las siguientes condiciones. Se le prohíbe la hostilidad con la víctima, se le prohíbe el consumo de alcohol y la tenencia de armas de fuego.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
All right, good morning, ma'am. State your name, please.
Tania Morales.
Tanya Morales. All right, ma'am, you're here for initial appearance. I'm sorry, they didn't have the headphones on. Mr. Jerper, we're going to start that again. All right, good morning, ma'am. State your name, please.
Tania Morales.
Tania Morales.
All right, Ms. Morales, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery that's domestic related. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. State, you have a position on bond?
Your Honor, she does have a fairly lengthy criminal history, including several violent offenses. So state would just ask that you set a reasonable bond and then revoke her bond as to the 22 CF 3958 case, as it was the same victim and the arrest was 4/7, so approximately 10, 11 days ago.
Does the defense have a position on bond?
Your Honor, I would just ask that if you are inclined to revoke the out on bond, you revoke the non-blood. Here's this, she did have bruises herself. And, based on the arrest affidavit, it appears she was is her,
All right, on the new offense, battery, I'm gonna set the bond at $1,000. Order no contact with Herminio Rivera Ruiz. 2022 CF 3958. Case she's out on bond on, I'm gonna revoke that bond or those bonds, set them at none. We've already got the Public Defender Division 14. That attorney can file a motion for bond if you want to be, get a new bond in that case.
Una pregunta, pero puedo salir hoy si pago la fianza.
I have a question. If they pay the bond, may I be able to go out today?
You have, we have two cases. We have a new case that originated last night. There's a bond of $1,000 in that case. You were out on bond from just over a week ago. Charges, multiple charges. I've revoked that bond. So at this point, you cannot bond out on that case. But you do have an attorney in that case already appointed with the Public Defender's Office. They can file a bond motion in the appropriate division, but it'll have to be in front of a different judge on a different day.
Okay, pero una pregunta, ese otro caso que se revocó fianza, ¿por qué fue si yo no estaba con la víctima?
But I do have a question. Why did you revoke the bond on that other case? Because I wasn't with the victim.
Yo no estaba con la víctima.
I wasn't with the victim.
Él me persiguió. Él me
He
dijo,
was the one that chased me.
All right. Well, at this point, today's not a trial. I'm not the one that's ultimately going to be presiding over the case, but based on the testimony of the officer, having contact with Mr. Rivera Ruiz, that's why I revoked the bond. All right. Good luck, ma'am.
okay.
Good morning, sir. State your name, please.
Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez.
Mr. Ramirez, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery and also a second battery that's domestic related.
Yes.
We do have a witness in the box. Do you speak English?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. All right. So I am going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, sir. Ma'am, could you state your name, please?
Giselle Estrella.
I see you're listed as one of the victims, ma'am. If Mr. Ramirez is given a bond, do you want to have contact with him?
Yes, I do.
Are you in fear of him?
No, not at all.
Okay. Do you reside together?
Yes, we do.
State, do you have any questions for Ms. Estrella?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense have any questions for her?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. State, do you have a position on bond?
Your Honor, he otherwise qualifies for PTR. He has no objection to placing him on PTR. We just ask for a no contact with the other victim, Janelle.
Okay. This is a question to Giselle. Does Janelle live in the same house?
No, she lives with my mother.
Okay. Would there be any reason why Mr. Ramirez would need to have contact with her?
Absolutely not.
All right, then I'm going to release him on pretrial release with the condition that he have no hostile contact with Giselle Estrella, and that he have no contact with Janelle. It'll be pretrial release on both cases, with the additional condition of no alcohol, no weapons. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, sir. State your name, please.
Felipe Roland Barrios.
Felipe Roldán Barrios.
All right, sir. At this time, do you want me to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you, or are you going to hire an attorney? Are you able to hear me?
Sí, ahora sí la escucho.
Yes, I can hear now.
All right, at this point, do you want me to appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter, or are you going to hire an attorney?
No, por favor, si usted me puede presentar. Muchísimas gracias.
Well, no, if you could represent me, thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm the judge. I cannot represent you. So, do you want the court to appoint an attorney? Do you want to hire an attorney? Or do you want to waive an attorney for today's court appearance?
No, que me represente un abogado de oficio.
No, I would like a public defender.
I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. We also have a witness. Ma'am, do you need the services of an interpreter?
Yes.
You need an interpreter?
Okay.
Okay. All right, we're going to take the headphones off Mr. Roland Barrios, and we'll just interpret out loud. Ma'am, could you state your name, please?
My name is
Señora, por favor, diga su nombre completo.
Francis Lopez.
Francis López.
All right, Ms. Lopez, if Mr. Roland Barrios is released, are you in fear of him?
Señora López, si el señor Roldán Barrios fuese puesto en libertad, ¿usted le temería?
Sí, porque él tiene demencia senil. Él fue declarado con demencia senil y él no puede controlar sus actos y no quiere tomar la medicina. Tuvimos un incidente ayer, pero anteriormente ya tuvimos uno, solamente que yo no presenté cargos, llamé a la policía.
Señora, permítame interpretar. Yes, because he has senile dementia and he's not taking his pills and he cannot control himself. And he's been diagnosed with this condition. And I called the police yesterday, but before that, we had already had one incident.
All right, so do you want him to come home or do you want him to stay somewhere else?
Él no puede regresar a la casa porque yo estoy en la casa de mi hija. Tengo niños de 3 años y de 1 año que no pueden presenciar esta situación y mi hija teme que él me vuelva a maltratar y pegar delante de los niños.
Señora, permítame interpretar. He cannot return back home because I live with my daughter and she has small children, 3 years old. And my daughter is afraid that he would do something again that the children should not see.
Excuse me.
Okay, well, ma'am, I understand today's not a trial, okay? What I'm trying to figure out is reasonable conditions of release.
Señora, hoy no es el día del juicio. Lo que estamos tratando de determinar aquí cuáles son las condiciones razonables para la puesta en libertad del señor.
Él no tiene ningún lugar donde ir y no se ubica, no conoce a nadie, él tiene demencia. Por momentos aparentemente está bien, pero él no tiene a nadie donde ir, no tiene familia, no tiene nada. Entonces,
Permítame interpretar, señora, permítame interpretar, por favor. Well, he has nowhere to go. He has no family. He sometimes doesn't know where he's at. He has dementia, and for certain moments he is okay, but he has nowhere else to go. He has no family here. He has no friends.
All right, does the state have any questions for the witness?
¿La fiscalía tiene alguna pregunta para la testigo?
No, Your Honor.
No, su señoría.
Does the defense have any questions for the witness?
¿La defensa tiene alguna pregunta para la testigo?
No, Your Honor.
No, su señoría.
Right. So if he's released on pretrial release with the condition that he has to live separate from the victim, would he then not qualify because we don't have a stable residence or we don't have an address?
No, he could qualify. They will just place him on next day reporting, and then he can figure it out after that.
All right.
Le pregunto, si se le coloca a él en libertad bajo el programa de libertad provisional y él no tiene un lugar a donde ir, ¿se le denegaría la participación en ese programa? No. Se le concedería con lo que se llama un reporte al próximo día, y es que se le concede un día para que él determine a dónde va a ir.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to release Mr. Roland Barrios on pretrial release with the condition that he maintain a separate residence from Francis Lopez, the victim.
Muy bien, entonces se le concede al señor Roldán la libertad con el programa de libertad provisional con las siguientes condiciones. Se le prohíbe la convivencia con la señora Francis López.
One question, Ms. Lopez, do you want to have contact with him either by phone, even if you're living separate, or do you want him to have no contact with you at all?
Señora, le voy a hacer una pregunta. ¿Usted desea tener contacto con él, ya bien sea por teléfono o de alguna otra manera, aunque no estén conviviendo, o usted no quiere tener con él ningún tipo de contacto?
por teléfono puedo tener contacto con él, pero él es una persona que necesita un seguimiento, tiene demencia y no puede tomar decisiones. Él necesita ir a un hospital y necesita estar en un lugar donde se lo pueda cuidar. No se le puede tirar a la calle porque él no es consciente de sus actos.
I can have contact with him through the phone, but he's in a position where he needs follow-up. He has dementia, and he should be sent to a hospital or somewhere where they can take care of him.
All right, so it'll be a pretrial release, maintain separate residence, no hostile contact with the victim. All right, and
Muy bien, así,
the public defender's been appointed.
muy bien, así que entonces se le concede la libertad a través del programa de libertad provisional, se le prohíbe la convivencia por la víctima, se le prohíbe el contacto hostil con la víctima y se ha designado el abogado de oficio para que les represente.
And Your Honor, could you have a one-time return with law enforcement to gather any belongings?
Yes.
Su señoría, ¿se le permitiría regresar en una ocasión acompañado de las autoridades para recoger sus pertenencias? Sí.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good day.
All right. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent Mr. St. Louis.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
We'll waive the appearance and self-stay the bonds, $2,500 on count 1, 100 each on counts 2 and 3. Mental health. All right, good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Donald Butler.
Okay. Oh, that's all our interpreter cases? Okay. Thank you, Ms. Interpreter. That's all we have today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Benton, you're here for initial appearance. Been arrested for a battery. It's okay.
Butler.
All right, good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Don Tequila Mar Benton.
Redon Benton?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery that's domestic related and also on view arrest for violations of probation and two felony cases. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me get to the back here. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. State you have a position on bond.
Your Honor, state was just asked that you set a reasonable bond. He does have prior arrests for bat DV as well as tampering with a witness. So state just asked that you set reasonable bonds, taking that into account.
Those cases were dropped.
Okay. What about the on view violation of probation, State?
Your Honor, state would ask that you hold him no bond as all three of those. Given that he does have prior failures to appear, he's not entitled to a bond, given that it is a VOP. And he does have a prior VOP from 2017.
Okay. Defense?
Your Honor, his last conviction was a nonviolent conviction. I just ask that you take that into consideration. Looks like it was in 2020. Instead of reasonable bond.
All right, on the domestic violence case, I'm going to set the bond at $500. I'm going to order no contact with Kelly Ann Mangum, the victim, maintain a separate residence. You can return to the shared residence one time if you're able to bond out. One time with law enforcement escorting you to get personal belongings, otherwise no contact with her, possess no weapons or firearms. You're currently on probation on 3 separate felony cases. I'm going to revoke or set the bonds at none in those. I am going to appoint the public defender in all cases. Those are all in Division 19. So the attorney in Division 19 can file a bond motion with the judge in that division, ask for a bond on those cases.
Yeah.
But the bond will be stated or set at none in those cases at this point. Good luck, sir. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Chris Franks.
Mr. Franks, you're here for initial appearance. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You've been arrested for a charge of cruelty to animals and battery that's domestic related. State, you have a position on bond?
Your Honor, state would just ask for a reasonable bond. It doesn't look like he has any prior violent arrests, just driving offenses, as well as a no contact with the victim.
Defense?
The same, Your Honor, just take into consideration he does not have any prior battery when setting the bond amount. And I would just ask for a one-time return with law.
All right, Mr. Franks, I'll set the bond, I'll stay the bond on the count one at $1,000, that's already been set. On the battery that's domestic related, I'll set that at $500. I am gonna order that you have absolutely no contact with Zoe Storch, victim, that you maintain a separate residence. You can return one time to the shared address to get your personal belongings, but you have to be escorted by law enforcement. You don't go back there alone. No contact with Zoe Storch, any way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly. Possess no weapons or firearms. All right, good luck.
200.
Morning, your name, please?
Michael Neely, sir.
All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. Going to appoint the public defender. You've been arrested for battery by strangulation, and we've got a witness. Ma'am, what's your name, please?
Samantha Donahue.
Ms. Donahue, so you're listed as the victim in the case. If Mr. Neely is released on bond, do you want to have contact with him, or do you want him to stay away from you?
Yes, I do. No, he can come home with me. He's
You
my
want him to
husband.
come home?
Yes.
Are you in fear of him?
No, not at all.
State, do you have any questions for Ms. Donahue?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, it's a condition. State would just ask that to comply with DCF be a condition, given that I believe there was a child involved who alerted the front office of this incident.
All right. All right. Do you know if DCF was notified?
I believe they were.
Okay. All right, so at this point, what I'm going to order is, I'll set the bond at $1,000. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Samantha Donahue. No hostile contact. No hostile contact means if there's an argument, you turn around, you walk away.
Sure.
All right? Possess no weapons or firearms, consume no alcohol, abide by any orders from the Department of Children and Families if they're involving the child, what the child may or may not have witnessed. Okay? All right.
Your Honor, he also has another case, the criminal mischief, the 22 CF 3510.
Okay, so you were also arrested on a warrant for criminal mischief over $1,000. That bond set at $3,500. Okay?
Sir.
Your Honor, state would just ask for a no return to the Walmart.
And that's, I'm sorry if I missed that. Okay, I'm sorry. And no return to the scene, and that's, you said it's a Walmart, State?
I believe it's the Cash Republic, 11681 South Orange Blossom Trail.
Cash Republic.
Cash Republic.
Cash Republic?
Yes.
All right, so you're not to return there, sir. You've got a $3,500 bond on that case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, I'll appoint the public defender. No hostile contact. Morning, your name, ma'am?
I'm Donna Shelnut.
Ms. Shelnut, you're here for initial appearance. Going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. We do have a witness. Good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Alfred Henderson.
All right, Mr. Henderson, I see you're listed as the victim. If Ms. Shelnut is released in this matter, do you want to have contact with her, or do you want her to stay away from you?
I want her to stay away.
Want her to stay away?
Yes.
All right. And does she, or was she currently residing with you?
Yes.
Okay. State, do you have any questions for Mr. Henderson?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, State, you have a position on bond?
State has no objection to PTR. She only has one prior conviction that was over 20 years old.
Okay. All right, Ms. Shelnut, I'll release you on pretrial release with the condition that you maintain a separate residence from Alfred Henderson and that you have absolutely no contact with him. You possess no weapons or firearms, so you're going to have to live somewhere different than that Ferndale Road address. You can return there one time with law enforcement escorting you to get your personal belongings. Do not go back there alone, and don't have any contact with Mr. Henderson.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Oh, he needs a little help. Okay. Good morning, sir. Does that help?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Could you state your name, please?
Richard Terry.
Mr. Terry, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for introduction of contraband into a county detention facility and possession of methamphetamine. Both those bonds are set at $1,000. You've also been arrested for a battery. I am going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in both these cases.
Yes, sir.
State, you have a position on bond on the battery?
Your Honor, State would just ask for a reasonable bond. He does have prior DV battery and felony battery arrests. So State would just ask for a reasonable bond, taking that into account.
Okay. Vince?
Your Honor, I would just ask that you take into consideration he has no failures to appear, and his last conviction was in 1999. In setting the bond.
Okay.
We'll talk about the facts.
I'm sorry.
All right, Mr. Terry, I'm going to set the bond at, so the bonds are stayed on the drug charges. It's $1,000 apiece. On the battery, I'm going to set the bond at $500 with the condition that you have no contact. Patricia Ann Terry, that you maintain a separate residence from Ms. Terry. You can return to that Bermuda Street address one time to get personal belongings. You're not to go back there alone, and you're not to have contact with her. You're not to possess weapons, firearms, consume no alcohol, or illegal drugs.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
So they'll work it out, talk to the attorney. Right on the button, yep. So call the attorney and speak about it. Right here. Call the attorney.
Thank you.
All right, good morning, sir. Your name, please?
Samuel Thomas.
Mr. Thomas, you're here for initial appearance. Been arrested for an aggravated battery on a pregnant person. See some movement out there.
I don't believe she's here, Your Honor.
Mr. Thomas, are you asking the court to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this matter, or are you going to hire an attorney?
Hire an attorney.
Okay. All right, State, you have a position on bond?
Sir?
Your Honor, State would just ask for a reasonable bond, as we don't have the victim's testimony here today, and given that it is enhanced due to her being pregnant.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set the bond at $1,000. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Candace. I'm saying that right, Washington. You're to maintain a separate residence from her. If you have a shared residence, you can return one time with law enforcement escorting you to get personal belongings. Otherwise, you're not to have any contact with her whatsoever. Possess no weapons or firearms. Consume no alcohol. All right, good luck, sir. Morning, your name, please?
Donald Butler.
Mr. Butler, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. Are you asking me to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this case? Or are you going to hire an attorney?
No, right now. No, sir. No.
You got to speak up, I'm sorry.
No, sir.
No, sir, as to what? No, sir, you don't want me to appoint an attorney, or no, sir, you don't want to hire an attorney?
I don't need a public defender.
You don't need one, okay. All right. State, you have a position on bond?
Your Honor, we just asked for a reasonable bond, given that he does not have strong community ties to this area. It appears he's been here for approximately 2 months visiting. However, he is a multi-state offender in other states, I think including Georgia, as well as a prior probation violation, showing inability to comply with court orders. So state would just ask that you set a reasonable bond, taking that into account.
I'll set the bond at $1,000. I'm going to order that you have absolutely no contact with Deja Givens, that you maintain a separate residence from her.
Sir.
If she's still living at the in-town suites, you can return there one time with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. Otherwise, you're to have no contact with her whatsoever, pending the outcome of this matter. All right? Good luck.
I don't have $100, sir. I work for myself. Like I work every day to go to People Ready. Like I work every day to work. Like I pay all my money towards the room. All my clothes is there. All my stuff is there.
Okay.
In the room.
So, okay.
I don't have $100. I go to work every day.
What's your question? That's get it. What your question is?
I'm trying to say, is it possible that I get an SOR so I can be able to go continue to work? Because I work for myself. I provide.
Okay, I'm not sure what SOR means. You mean a ROR?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's a signature bond.
Okay. I'm not going to release you on a signature bond. The bond's set at $1,000. Do you want me to consider appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you?
Hmm?
Do you want me to consider appointing the Public Defender to represent you?
Yeah, what is that going? I still don't have no way to get out of jail for the whole time I'm gonna sit here.
All right. I'll appoint the Office of the.
Sir, so I work every day to provide money for myself.
Okay. Bond set at $1,000. I've appointed the Public Defender to represent you. All right. Good luck, sir.
Crazy.
All right. Good morning, ma'am. Your name, please?
Melina Colton. Good morning, Your Honor.
Ms. Colton, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. This time, do you want me to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you, or are you going to hire an attorney?
I think I hired one. I've been in contact with my mom, and they said they got me
Well,
one.
you don't need to give me the specifics. Just so it's your intent to hire an attorney, and we've got a witness. Sir, what's your name, please?
My name is Aaron Knowles, sir.
All right, Mr. Knowles, I see you're listed as the victim. If Ms. Colton's given a bond in this matter, do you want to have contact with her, or do you want her to stay away from you?
I want to have contact with her.
Okay. Are you in fear of her?
No, sir.
Well, understand today's not the trial, so we're not going to get into what and I don't want to presume that I knew what you were going to say. Okay. So it looks like she qualifies for pretrial release. Does the state have an objection to pretrial release?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so I'll release her on pretrial release, which means she won't have to post money for a bond with conditions that she have no hostile contact with you, consume no alcohol or illegal drugs. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck. Thank you.
Can I ask,
Yes, sir.
with the situation with the charges, I didn't press charges, and I was wondering where I could go
If
to.
you talk to the state attorney's office.
Where, is that located here?
The state attorney's office is downtown. There's an assistant state attorney here. I think she's going to try to pass a card or give you some information.
I'm going to give you a card. It has a phone number on it, and it also has the case number on it. And you can call and let them know.
Thank
No
you.
hostile contact. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Jesse,
And do you have a last name, Jesse?
Ivy.
Mr. Ivy, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested for a battery. You've got a witness in the box. All right. Good morning, ma'am. Your name, please?
Tiffany Harris, I'm his mother, and this is his sister who pressed charges on him yesterday.
Okay. All right. And she looks like possibly a minor.
No, she's not a minor, she's older than him.
Okay. All right. And so let me ask the sister, because her name's not in the report. If your brother's released, do you want to have contact with him, or do you want him to stay away from you?
To stay away from me.
You want him to stay away from you?
Where are you gonna live? Oh, go ahead then. You going out, you leaving.
Okay.
So you need to think.
Okay. So I understand. So you want him to stay away from you, and do y'all currently reside together? Do you live together?
You gone.
You're thinking about it.
He can stay.
Okay, hold on. Let's make sure I understand what's going on. So currently, does he live with you at that Lee Road address?
Yes.
Okay. Are you in fear of him?
No.
Okay. If I order him to have no hostile contact with you, is that something that would be acceptable to you? Or do you want him to have no contact with you whatsoever?
He's talking to you.
Yeah, he can be around.
Your Honor, state's going to ask that you still set a no contact, given the victim's hesitant answers, her body language. It appears she may
Last week.
want differently, but for her mother also being here, potentially swaying answers, so state would still ask for a no contact at this time, as they do live together, and she is being hesitant and showing different signs in her body language.
She does that though, that's her. I want to say he is mental health. He does stay with me. I'm not his, actually, I'm in the process of that, but he is under my roof. Both of them stay here. We don't have a family. The incident was, if it's listed in there, I'm not sure, but they can have no, well, you can talk to her. She's old enough to talk, but at the same time, they won't have a place to live.
With a bond
both of
alternative?
them.
Okay.
He's still in school. He's still in high school, so
Okay. And where does he go to high school?
he's at Attain.
Attain, okay.
Yes.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll release him on mental health pretrial release with the condition that he have no hostile contact with his sister, he abide by all house rules,
Right.
or in the alternative, the bond is set at $500. Okay? All right. Good luck, sir.
No hostile. Yes, no hostile. Yeah. Yep. I guess both of them.
You understand, sir? No hostile contact, so no fighting with your sister. Okay. All right, good morning. Your name, sir?
Zion Jones.
Mr. Jones, you're here for initial appearance. Been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. State, you have a position on bond?
Your Honor, state would ask that you set a reasonable bond, taking taking into account that he does have a prior probation violation, as well as a prior out-of-state fugitive arrest, showing an inability to comply with court orders, and raising the concern that he'll reappear for court to take care of these charges at a later time. So state would just ask that you set a reasonable bond, taking both of those things into account.
Your Honor, I just ask that you consider he has 0 failures to appear in his history. And I just ask that you set a $500 bond, being that this is a misdemeanor.
I'll set the bond at $500. I understand it looks like he's on probation out of Volusia County, so probably expect to get violated on that at some point. But I'll set the bond at $500. I'm going to order that you have absolutely no contact with Austin Dakota Jackson, that you maintain a separate residence from him. If y'all are sharing that address at South Rio Grande Avenue, you can go back one time with law enforcement escorting you to get personal belongings. Otherwise, you're to have no contact with him whatsoever. Consume no alcohol or illegal drugs. All right, good luck.
Your Honor. No, don't say nothing.
No. Don't talk.
Okay, my fiance, he should be on his way up here. Something my mom said.
He's not.
Okay, well, court started at 9, it's almost 10, so I don't.
All right. And I have out of state warrant, you said?
No, I said it looks like you're on I didn't say anything about out of state. All right. Okay, good luck. Morning, your name, please?
Morning, Amber Register.
Ms. Register, you're here for initial appearance, been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. State you have a position on bond?
I would ask that you set a reasonable bond, Your Honor, in lieu of PTR or PTR with bond, given that she does have a prior failure to appear in a prior VOP, showing an inability to comply with court orders, which PTR is a court-ordered program.
Defense?
Your Honor, she does qualify for pretrial release. She is currently unemployed. I'd ask that you set, given that she qualifies, just place her on pretrial release alone. If she violates, she'll be brought back here and potentially held at no bond.
All right. I'm going to release her on pretrial release with the condition that she have no contact with Lisa Hamlin and that she maintain a separate residence from Ms. Hamlin. Looks like it was, and that's Ms. Hamlin's home, so you're going to have to live separately. You can return one time with law enforcement to get personal belongings. You're not to go back there alone. You're not to consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and this is with random drug testing. Okay? All right, good luck, ma'am. Morning, your name, sir?
Nicholas Riddle.
All right, Mr. Riddle, you're here for initial appearance. Do you want me to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this matter, or are you going to hire an attorney?
If I have to do public defender, I'll do that, but I was wanting to do it myself.
Your Honor, there is competency issues. In both of his out on bond cases, he has been deemed incompetent to proceed. He has a traumatic brain injury. And because of that, I would ask that you appoint us.
All right. I will. I'll appoint the public defender. I see he's got 2 competency cases going right now, or issues with competency. State, do you have a position on bond?
Your Honor, understanding that he has problems with incompetency, state would still ask for a high bond as to count 1. Concern for the victim's safety and the community safety, as arguably there could have been a lot more charges filed in this case as he entered the house, not invited, so potentially a burglary. There was a weapon, arguably a taser in this case, and he's out on bond for other violent offenses, bat leo, ag assault with a deadly weapon on law enforcement, resisting without violence, also has a very violent history of arrests and convictions. So say we just ask for a high bond on count 1, knowing that this will potentially be taken care of downtown with other incompetency concerns.
The court, given the charges that he's currently on conditional release for, due to the issues of incompetency, the court's really concerned with the allegation of the defendant having a weapon, that being a taser. So I am going to revoke the conditional release on both felonies. And you'll have to go back in front of the judge in those cases. The public defender's previously been appointed in those. The new case, the violation of the injunction, I'll set the bond at $1,000, and I'll stay on count 2 at $250. Order no contact with the victim, Carmen Vasquez, and that you abide by all other court orders, specifically regarding the protection order in 15 DR 19220. Possess no weapons or firearms. Those are also a condition. All right. Good luck.
Call the number. I'm talking about these cases. So you have bonds, and you don't have bonds or have bonds.
What is the charge?
These are the charges: ag assault and resisting. So I'll let the attorney know. Okay.
Morning, sir. Your name, please.
Alberto Rodriguez.
Mr. Rodriguez, you're here for initial appearance. Been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. State you have a position on bond.
Your Honor, state we just asked for a reasonable bond, take into account that he has at least 2 prior battery arrests without a conviction.
Defense.
Your Honor, I just asked for a $500 bond. He has community ties, no failures to appear, no convictions.
Okay. I am going to set the bond at $500 with the condition that you have absolutely no contact with Wendy Amor Medina Cervantes, that you maintain a separate residence from her. If she's at that West Washington Street address, you're going to have to live somewhere else. You can return there one time with law enforcement escorting you to get personal belongings. Do not go back there alone. No contact with her. Possess no weapons or firearms. Good luck. Morning, sir. Your name, please.
Wayne Rowe, sir.
Mr. Rowe, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested, got a couple new cases. We've got a battery, it's domestic related, also driving without a valid driver's license. I'm going to appoint the public defender in both those cases to represent you. Okay, the bond on the no valid is $500. That'll be stayed. State what's your position on the new battery and the out on bonds.
Your Honor, in regards to the new battery, state would ask for a higher bond than what is on the bond schedule, given that he has a prior conviction approximately a year ago for a violation of a domestic injunction, as well as other violent offenses, arrests, and convictions, including firearms, bat by strangulation, violating domestic injunctions, at least 2 prior bat DVs, armed brick dwelling. Your Honor has his history in front of you. Stays concerned regarding his history and his most recent conviction. I'm going to ask for a higher bond, given that he is otherwise entitled to a bond.
Defense?
Your Honor, as opposed to, as it involves his out on bond cases, I would ask that you consider revoking and doubling as opposed to holding him in no bond in those cases, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, on the new battery, I'll set the bond at $1,000. Order that you have absolutely no contact with Janae Boyd, that you maintain a separate residence from her. So if she's at that Mercy Drive address, you've got to live somewhere else. You can go back there once with with law enforcement escorting you to get personal belongings, not to have contact with her, not to possess any weapons or firearms. Currently out on bond on a bunch of traffic cases, but this possession of a firearm by a convicted felon that you're currently out on bond on, that looks like originally may have had the same victim as went arrest, but not, the state didn't file on that. But I'm going to revoke the bond in that case. That's 2021 CF 15367. I'll set that bond at none. On the remaining traffic cases, I'll take no action. All right. Good luck, sir. Morning, ma'am. Your name, please? All right, Ms. Thomas, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. Looks like you would not qualify for the public defender. You indicated that take-home pay every 2 weeks is $1,200?
Yes, sir.
If that's your take-home, then you make a little too much.
No, that's it.
Okay.
I make $16.50 an hour. So I make like close to 12 to 13 every 2 weeks.
Is that what you're taking home, or is that before taxes?
That's after taxes.
After taxes, okay. All right, so based on that, I can't appoint the public defender to represent you. State, you have a position on bond?
Just a reasonable bond, Your Honor.
All right, let's see the. All right, I'll set the bond at $500. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Mila Beatrice Mabry. Looks like you don't reside together.
No, sir.
All right, so no contact with her whatsoever, possess no weapons or firearms. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Eddie Waters.
Mr. Waters, you're here for initial appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested for a battery. It's domestic related. State, you have a position on bond?
Your Honor, state would just ask for a reasonable bond. He does have a prior bat DV arrest with the same victim from 2019. That case was null prost. However, would just like to bring it to your attention.
All right, defense, you have a position on bond?
I just ask that you take into consideration his last conviction was in 2017, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to set the bond at $750. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Quandria Carr, that you maintain a separate residence from her. So if she's residing at that 12th Street address, you're going to have to live somewhere else. You can go back there once with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. You're not to have otherwise any contact with her whatsoever. Possess no weapons or firearms. Good luck. Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Darrell Brown.
All right, Mr. Brown, you're here for initial appearance. Let's see, that is the same. Yeah, you've been arrested on a Lake County warrant. Let's see, for looks like a driving with suspended license. And another looks like suspended license too. One warrant, the bond is set at none. The other one, it looks like the bond's set at $500. So they're going to notify Lake County that you're here, and Lake County will should come get you within 24 hours.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good luck.
Thank you, Officer. Your Honor.
Morning, sir. Your name, please?
Alan Colindres.
Okay, Mr. Colindres, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested on a Seminole County warrant. All right. Looks like failure to redeliver a hired or leased personal property. The bond set at $2,000. If you're able, you can bond out here in Orange County on that. If not, they'll notify Seminole County that you're here. They'll come get you within 24 hours. All right, good luck. Okay. What about Kavina Matthews? She bonded? Okay. I was out of county. We've got a couple 33-day motions. State, you ready on those?
Yes, Judge.
First, I've got a Veronica Baez, 22 CF 2795.
Granted, notice and
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Good afternoon, Mr. Singer. Can you state your name and date of birth for me, please?
Yes, hello, Your Honor. My name is
Hi.
Singer, and my date of birth is February 23rd, 1973.
Thank you very much. You were here as you were charged with petty theft of first degree, false name or ID by arrestee, and resisting officer with violence, battery on a law enforcement officer, a firefighter, or IMT. After reviewing the charging affidavit, I do find that there was probable cause. Do you request to be...
I can't breathe at all. No, please. I have to answer.
So, Mr. Singer?
I was not resisting arrest. That was wrong. What happened was...
So wait, Mr. Singer, can you give me a minute? Let me at first, before you speak, because I want to hear everything you have to say. This is your case and your life, and you can speak. However, I have to at least appoint you to a lawyer, so that lawyer has the opportunity to say whether or not he wants you to speak, okay? So first, let me appoint you to the lawyer, okay? Deal?
Yeah, but also
Can I first appoint you to the lawyer, Mr. Singer? But Mr. Singer, listen, right now it's not on your nose, so let's work from there. But Mr. Singer, I understand, and that's why I'm not gonna have them pull it up. But can we do it from right here, where you are right now?
No, please take the mask off. I can't concentrate with it on. I also have a learning disability.
All right. Officer, can we just release his mask for just one moment, just for this part? The mask is off. Mr. Singer, the mask is off, look.
I know, but off the ear too. I had
Just take it off the ear for me. All right, now is that better?
Yes.
All right. So, Mr. Singer, the mask is off. I'm going to appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender, so give me a moment, okay?
What does that mean?
I'm going to give you a lawyer, okay? So you have to relax though for me. Otherwise, they're not going to listen to me anymore, okay? Deal? All right. Mr. Singer, I do find there was probable cause after reviewing your affidavit, and I'm going to provisionally appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender. That's your lawyer who is standing next to you. He's going to announce his name for you so you can hear it. Okay? And based on, I'm going to ask for some history so I can determine whether or not you want to be, whether the bond will be set in any amounts. And then I'll hear from the state and any defense. Pretrial release?
He have no prior Florida history, but from 2015 to 2017, he have vandalism, battery with intent to commit serious felony, assault and battery against a health worker.
And right now, he's not qualifying because of a medical reason based
Yes,
on your
ma'am.
initial appearance information sheet?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State, would you like to be heard on any issues?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, would you like to be heard on any issues?
I would just ask, Your Honor, he's on disability. I'd ask that bond be set as low as possible.
Thank you very much. All right, so at this time, I'm going to set bond as follows. Petty theft, first offense, $200. False name or ID by an arrestee, $200. Resisting an officer with violence, $500. Battery on a law enforcement officer, $1,000. Can you, hi.
Please, Your
What would be
Honor,
the to-
I swear I was not battling them. I was.
Do you have a total?
Get away
I'm sorry, I
and
have,
stuff and
Mr.
paper.
How much? 1,900, thank you. So at this time, I've given you a bond, Mr. Singer, and all of your cases, okay? It's $1,900. Your dates, Madam Clerk, is there any,
On demand.
it's on demand right now, so you'll have any dates. Make sure you update your information. Good luck, sir.
Okay, and who do I, and the bond is $1,900?
That is correct.
That's the grand total?
That's correct.
And who do I pay that to, the clerk?
You can pay it to a bonds person to help bond you out. And your attorney's gonna let you know all that information, okay? My name is Judge Nix.
Please don't grab me, I can't see, I have also bad vision.
My name is Judge Nix, okay?
Judge Nix.
Thank you very much. Huh? Yes, NIX.
Thank you, and also, so can I pay the $1,900 in some installments, but also, if I don't pay that, and I'll still be able to get released eventually, right?
So what's gonna happen is your attorney that I just appointed you to, this attorney, he's gonna go over all of your options. And that's why I gave you a bond, so that you could, he can go over all those options for you, including retrying for pretrial release.
And am I gonna have to have probation after all this?
So that part is, I'm not aware of any of those conditions, okay? That is what you're gonna have to talk to the lawyer about,
Word.
okay?
No,
Thank you. All right, next case. We're gonna go back to the top, and I'm gonna start off with, I didn't hear any special conditions of any release, and so, as far as the officer, so no return to the scene. And normally, no contact with the officer, but, so, just no return to the scene. All right, I'm gonna do the out-of-county warrants right now, and that's Christina Marshall Paul. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you state your name and date of birth for me, please? Thank you very much. You have a out-of-county warrant from Orange County. And let's see here. There is no bond. Failure to appear to redeliver a fired vehicle, cash bond. There is no bond at this time on that case. And let's see, that was for your violation of probation, gross fraud or cheat. Then we have an Orange County warrant as well, failure to redeliver a hired vehicle, failure to appear on that case. And let's see, and it looks like there is no bond on either one of those cases at this time. Good luck, ma'am. Next case, it'll be Angel Rodriguez. Good afternoon, how are you doing today?
Doing well.
Can you state your name and date of birth?
Angel Rodriguez, 2687.
Thank you. Mr. Rodriguez, let's see here. Give me one moment. Those are both those Spanish cases. Oh, Christina. I just did hers. Sorry, I can get that order for you. Angel Rodriguez, you were here on a warrant from Judge Young Savage. And it looks like it is no bond at this time. And what was it for? This was for a battery. It doesn't look like it was domestic in nature. All right. Violation of community control, and the warrant was on,
It was on the battery, Your Honor.
no, I'm giving you the date, June 1st, 2021. That was the no bond, that was an initial. And then it looked like the violation took place on April 17th.
2021, all right.
It looks like it's 22 here, the violation. Thank you very much. At this time, she has given you a no bond.
All right.
Next court date, April 28th at 8:05 a.m.
Your next court date is April the 28th at 9 a.m. Efren Bettencourt, and I apologize if I said that.
Your Honor,
Yeah, cool. Can you state your name and date of birth?
Date of birth is 5979, name is Ephraim Betancourt.
Thank you. All right, you are here as you were charged with the following. Resisting obstruction without violence. After reviewing the charging affidavit, I do find that there was probable cause unless the defense, there was 2 cases here. And then there was 1 escape from facility or during transport. I don't have anything from pretrial release on this, on the rest of them. Like the little paper?
Which one? His history?
They normally give me like one of these. And I'm sorry, initial appearance information. Okay, it just may have came off for that one. It's okay, no big deal. All right, so he does not qualify for pretrial release based on medical status?
Right.
All right, in history?
He had no Florida history, out of New York, 2007 to 2008, possession of cannabis, assault, possession of marijuana, and out of Tennessee in 2019, disturbance, resisting arrest without violence, drug paraphernalia.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This is not a domestic case, so what is she?
excuse me, Your Honor.
She's what?
Oh, no, I'm not. No, it's not a domestic case. I'm actually just here because he's my husband and we own a trucking company. And he is my main driver.
Yeah, me too.
Any testimony, this should be more, it would be more proper in the judges for a bond hearing.
I agree. So what normally we let victims testify as to things of that nature, but since you're not a victim, if the attorney decides after I appoint the attorney today, if he would like to have you speak at like a bond hearing in regards to a bond, then we would definitely do that at that time, okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and, I do find probable cause after reviewing the charging affidavit. Do you like to be appointed to the Office of the Public Defender today, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to appoint you to the Office of the Public Defenders. Defense, would you like to be heard on any issues?
Yes, Your Honor. I've been informed that he doesn't have any medical issues on there, so I would ask that we do have bond instated.
So you can still get a bond, except that you won't be able to get into the pretrial release program.
We should be able to get into that too, because there's no medical issues, so my client's unaware of any medical issue that prevent him from PTR.
Okay, well, I find PTR credible. So if PTR has written that there's a medical status, then you guys will have to just take that up with PTR, but I'm gonna take PTR over your client. Okay, and then, would you like to be heard on any issues stated?
No, Your Honor.
And there is a no bond for the escape. Let's. All right, so at this time, I'm going to issue a bond. However, it's not gonna be with PTR. Can't force PTR. Sir, you probably should be listening to this. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
No worries. So at this time, I'm going to give you a bond of resisting obstruction without violence of $500. And on your second case, which is escape from facility or during transport, I'm going to give you a bond at $1,500. Be a total bond of $2,000. All right? And that means that you need to just report to your court cases. You're an adult male. Based on your criminal history, you don't really have a lot of criminal history, so until you prove me wrong, I'm assuming that you're gonna come back and come to all of your hearings. If you don't, then you'll be back in the orange suit and then we'll deal with it again. But I feel as an adult male, you should be able to monitor yourself, so I'm gonna do that for you. Yeah, you can ask your lawyer, any of those things, but you do have a bond and your wife was here today on your behalf.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. If he doesn't come back. All right, Donald Camp. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Camp. Can you state your name and date of birth for me, please?
Donald Kemp, CMP,
And what date of birth are you?
9/12/60.
All right. You were here 9 in September?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. You were here as you were charged with theft, 2 or more prior convictions, burglary, auto or other conveyance unoccupied, burglary, auto or other conveyance unoccupied, and theft petty, 2 or more prior convictions. At this time, I do find that there was probable cause based on the affidavit of arrest. I did want, there was 2 charges of the burglary.
Yes, Your Honor, it's separate cars.
No, I do see.
One was a Mercedes and the other was a Ford Explorer.
That was the Perry and Kenton, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, at this time, I do find this probable cause. I am going to appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender, unless you have an attorney of your own. Do you would like to be appointed to the Office of the Public Defender today? Would you like, I'm sorry, maybe you can't hear me. Would you like to be appointed to the Office of the Public Defender today?
Yes.
All right, and your attorney is standing next to you, and I would ask him if he'd like to be heard on any issues.
Yes, Your Honor. I would ask that, well, Mr. Camp's been found permanently incompetent, so I'd ask that he be released ROR today.
State?
Your Honor, there has to be an independent finding of competency in each case, so the trial judge in this case would have to have, like, there would have to be a finding independently by the trial judge, and that has not happened. He cannot be released ROR based off of incompetency. There's been no filings, none of the proper procedures have been taken.
I would agree with that. I'm going to set bond, though. Looks like pretrial release he doesn't qualify for other reasons. Is that accurate?
No, he does not qualify. He's out on ROR. He just came back on Saturday, but the judge revoked his ROR on 2 cases of petty theft and revoked for exposure of sexual organs.
All right, and I'm not going to take any action on those, but I will take action on my cases, and therefore I'm going to give you a bond on my cases, but it looks like your bond has been revoked on your prior cases, okay? Do you understand that, Mr. Camp? All right, so for the petty theft, 2 or more convictions, $500. Burglary, auto, other conveyance unoccupied, $250. Burglary of auto or other conveyance unoccupied, $250. Petty theft, 2 or more convictions, $250. It looked like he took some quarters, maybe $9, so I'm not going to give him a $3,500 bond for some quarters, but I will give him a bond. Good luck, sir. Next case is Christian Hamilton. Christian Hamilton?
Reset, Your Honor.
Why? Did he refuse?
Yes, Your Honor.
Self-harm.
Self-harm?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you gonna wait for her? Because I don't do, she has to either come, we gotta bring her up tomorrow. Deputies, I don't really do no refusals. You can't refuse. So if it's her self-harm, we can bring her up tomorrow, or you can, waive her appearance, but. Got it. All right, heard. Reset for tomorrow. Stephen Kravitz. Good afternoon, Mr. Kravitz. Can you state your name and date of birth for me, please? May?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You were here as you were charged with possession of cocaine and possession of drug equipment and or use. At this time, I'm going to appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender. Your attorney is standing to your left. Would you like to use the Office of the Public Defender, or would you like another attorney, private attorney?
I'll get him for now.
All right. At this time, I'm going to appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender. And based on this provisionally appointed Office of the Public Defender, I'm going to ask the defense if he would like to be heard on any issues. State, would you like to be heard on any issues?
No, Your Honor.
And pretrial release?
He have two, VOPs from 2015, failure to appear in 2018. And that's all the history that we have on him, but he do qualify for direct PTR.
At this time, I'm gonna give him direct PTR and do not possess, my special conditions of any release, or do not possess any drugs or alcohol without a prescription. Do not possess any drugs or alcohol without a prescription. And you're going to be released today with no direct PTR, so no bond. Good luck, sir. I mean, with not no bond, without paying a bond. Scott Monkus. Good afternoon, Mr. Monkus. Can you state your name and date of birth for me, please?
05/22/2001.
Thank you very much, Mr. Monkus. You were here as you were charged with the following: battery, touch, or strike, and resisting arrest without violence. At this time, I did find probable cause after reviewing the charging affidavit. Thus, I'm going to provisionally appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender. Your attorney is standing next to you on your left. Would you like to use him as an attorney, or would you like to use the Office of the Public Defender as your attorney, or do you have your own private attorney today, sir? Thank you very much. So based upon this, I'm going to appoint you to the Office of the Public Defenders. And defense, would you like to be heard on any issues?
No, Your Honor.
State?
The state would just ask for no contact with the listed victim and no return.
All right. All right, so I'm going to have you not contact the victim at all, no contact. So that's TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, any other social media mechanisms. Do you understand that? Yeah. At this time, I do see, I would like to hear from the pretrial release department.
Your Honor, he has no, Florida priors. As a juvenile, domestic assault, driving while license suspended.
Thank you very much. Based on you having no criminal history, I am, but juvenile history, I'm going to give you PTR, pretrial release, with a small bond, not bond in the amount of, for battery, touch, or strike, it would be $500, and a resisting arrest without violence, $250, for a total of $750 bond, okay?
Okay, would I be able to be released, or do I have to pay that bond?
Yeah, you pay the bond and you're able to be released. There is no contact with the victim, okay? And also, do not drink alcohol, as alcohol was a part of this, inside of your affidavit, that was an issue, okay? So that's your special conditions of any release.
Excuse me, Your Honor, can I ask for one time return with law enforcement as they do reside together?
Of course, if you reside together, you may go back one time with the law enforcement to get your items, okay? But I would suggest you no contact, okay?
How long do you think that's gonna take place?
How long what? The officer?
The no contact.
Oh, see, we already talked, see, I don't like that type of discussion with me, makes me very, very concerned. Because I just said no contact, and now you're asking me when you can contact. So no contact means no contact. So if she calls you 999 times and you call her one time, is that contact?
Yes.
What about if she calls you, do you have children together? No. What about if you have her friend, or if her friend calls you on LinkedIn saying that she misses you so much, or Snapchat and says she just wants to talk to you one time, what do you do?
Don't contact.
Oh, okay, say it again louder.
Don't contact.
Thank you very much. No contact means no contact. And so if you are not able to do that, then you'll just find yourself where you are and in a different situation, all right? Good luck, sir. Vita Pagan. Good afternoon, Ms. Pagan. How are you doing today?
I've been better, thank you for asking, ma'am.
Thank you. Can you tell me your name and date of birth?
11/28/1963.
Thank you very much. Ms. McGon, you were here as you were charged with DUI, driving while under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
I was not driving.
Yes, ma'am. At this time, I have read the affidavit, and I would like to hear from the defense on any issues on probable cause.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
I'm speaking to the attorney. I'm going to provisionally, do you see any issues of probable cause?
I have to look back at that one. Can you recall this one, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next case, Jonathan Pug. They're going to recall your case, okay? We're going to look into it a little bit more, all right? Yes, ma'am, you? You being Ms. Pagan? Jonathan Pug, how are we doing today? Can you state your name and date of birth?
Jonathan Pugh, 10/8/81.
All right, thank you, Mr. Pugh. October?
October.
Yep, you were here as you were charged with possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. At this time, I'm going to I found that there was probable cause, and unless you want to be heard on any issues of PC defense?
No, Your Honor. Can you hear me? Sorry, can you hear me, Your Honor?
I did not, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, I said no, Your Honor.
All right, at this time, I'm going to, I find PC after reviewing the charging affidavit, and I'm going to appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender. Would you like to be appointed to the Office of the Public Defender today, sir?
Yes, please.
And thus, based upon this, State, would you like to be heard on any issues?
No, Your Honor.
Pre-trial release?
Only thing he have, Your Honor, from 2007 to 2008, possession of marijuana and possession of drug paraphernalia. And he do qualify for direct PTR.
Okay, I'm going to allow you to have direct PTR, sir. And that means pre-trial release. You need to keep up your address, and you will be allowed today without paying a monetary bond. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Adam Torres? Mr. Torres, how are you doing today? Can you state your name and date of birth?
Adam Torres, 9/25/81.
All right. Is this the one with the ATV?
Yes, it was. I was literally.
No, I'm sorry. That was my fault. I wasn't asking you a question. You were charged with no motor vehicle registration. At this time, I did find probable cause after reviewing the affidavit of arrest. Defense, would you like to be provisionally appointed to the Office of the Public Defenders today?
Yes.
Defense, would you like to be heard on any issues?
No, Your Honor.
State?
No, Your Honor.
Pre-trial release?
The only history he have is from 98 to 2004, carrying a concealed weapon, tampering with witness. He was on probation for 2 years with that, which he finished, driving while license suspended.
At this time, I'm going to allow you to do direct pretrial release without any monetary bond. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Barulio Arcasi?
Your Honor, I'm gonna ask that one to be reset as well. He was not cooperative today.
No, there's no more non-cooperative. There's no more non-cooperative. So you drag him in if you have to, kicking and screaming, but there is no more non-cooperative unless you're going to waive appearance.
I guess he's in the psych ward for observation right now as well.
Deputy officer? Is that accurate information?
Say that again, ma'am?
Is that accurate information where Mr. RC is?
Yes.
Reset. Megan Campbell? Thank you, officer. Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. This was a medical reset as well. We're here as you were on a bench warrant for a battery. After reviewing the affidavit, this was a warrant, so it was a violation. And let's see if you already got someone. See what the notes are here. This was a failure to appear on a written promise. And there's no bond at this time. And that was for, is that Judge Sanders?
Yes, Judge.
From Judge Sanders. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'd ask to be provisionally appointed because her attorney isn't here today and there's some issues with this one.
I thought, okay, no worries. I thought she was. After reviewing the warrant there, I can provisionally appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender. Would you like that, ma'am?
Yes, you can speak for me.
Yes, thank you very much. Defense, would you like to be heard on any issues?
Yes, Your Honor. She was arrested for a warrant out of Palm Beach County while she was being held here in Osceola County on March 24th. I reached out to the jail and they did hold her until April 15th in Palm Beach County and then brought her back here. So I don't believe that this warrant is accurate right now.
Are you saying that there was she was in, during the time of this warrant, she had another court hearing?
Yes, she was in custody at the time that she was issued a failure to appear.
That doesn't negate a warrant for failing to appear. Defendants are supposed to get in contact with their lawyer. Also, if they want to quash the capias, that is definitely a motion that her attorney or the public defender can file.
Agree. And I would do an oral attendance motion to squash the capias, but you don't have any information for me to present.
No, Your Honor, I don't. I just have, the Palm Beach County refused to email me anything. They just told me over the phone, so other than my testimony, I don't have anything.
So I would have no problems with, I'm sure whoever the judge is would have no problem with a motion to squash the capias once you get some information. I normally would do something like that or tennisly, but I don't have any information for you to give me based on what your testimony is in regards to what Palm Beach is saying, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Monica L. Anderson?
I think she's still in the hospital if they don't bring her up, I think she's in the hospital.
Okay. Reset. All right, that would bring me to Spanish interpreter cases. Give me one moment.
I can hear the other one, Your Honor, the Vita Pagan case now as well, if you'd like.
Yes. Miss Pagan?
She's coming up, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Pecan, Ms. Pagan, can you state your name and date of birth?
Peter Pagan, 11/28/1963.
Thank you. You were here. You were charged with DUI, influence of alcohol or drugs. Do you want to be heard on any issues of PC defense?
Yes, Your Honor. So in this case, I'd like to challenge probable cause. The alleged defendant was found asleep at her vehicle. The officers never witnessed her driving, and I'd like to challenge probable cause.
Defense? State.
Your Honor, I would point, Your Honor, to page 2 where it says, and I quote, Officer Dominici responded to a police assist on a medical woman for unconscious sitting in the driver's seat for over an hour with the vehicle running. For PC for a DUI, she just has to be in the car. Even with the car off, she can still get a DUI.
I didn't see page 2.
Oh, I apologize. Yes. Can you see it, or would you like me to?
No,
Yes.
when I was looking at it initially.
Yeah,
This is
with
the
the car
same office? This is the same, did you see page 2?
Yes, Your Honor.
I didn't see that. It said the vehicle was running. My notes don't indicate that. I apologize. If the vehicle was running, then that's a moot issue. For me, at least. Any arguments, defense?
No, Your Honor, that was it.
Thank you very much. Ms. Pagan, so although you were asleep, your vehicle was running. So that changes things a little bit. Okay? At this time, I'm going to find probable cause based on after reviewing the charging affidavit, provisionally appointed to the Office of the Public Defender. Would you like to be appointed to the Office of the Public Defender?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then I'm going to give you a bond, and the bond is going to be set at $500, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
She do qualify for PTR, Your Honor.
I didn't see that.
All right.
So you do qualify for direct PTR at this time. Any history?
Only history she have is from 92 to 2008, disorderly conduct, grand theft, battery, failed to return driver's license when canceled, insurance, obtained employment by fraud.
All right, at this time, I'm going to enter a direct PTR per the administrative order and allow you to report to PTR without entering a monetary bond at this time. Good luck. All right, that should now bring me to, special conditions of any release. No drinking any alcohol, do not consume any alcohol or any substances without a prescription. Thank you. These are all out of order, I'm so sorry. Kind of got out of order.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Rafael Barrera, State Certified Court Interpreter, previously sworn.
Hey, Raphael, how are you?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. Thank you.
Great to hear from you. I have, we're in the interpreter, Raphael. We are in the courtroom today for IA's initial appearances. I'm in 5E, and I have the following person: Jorge Navarro, Navarro, hyphenation Rivera.
Thank you, Your Honor. Do you have a case number for this defendant, Judge?
It's two of them, 22 CT 754 and 22 CT 1123.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Sir, can you state your name and date of birth?
Caballero, ¿me puede dar su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento? Jorge Navarro, 1st of April, 79.
Right, you were here as you were charged with a driving while license is revoked or suspended.
Señor, usted se encuentra aquí por un cargo de conducir con licencia suspendida o revocada.
With knowledge.
Yes, a sabiendas.
And let's see here, failure to appear on a written promise from Judge Efferson.
Y una falta de comparecencia por una orden emitida por el juez Epperson. Yes, ma'am.
Let's see if they gave you a, yep. All right, for the very first case, I'm going to find probable cause.
En el primer caso voy a determinar que existe motivo fundado.
And then on the second case, it was a warrant.
Y el segundo caso fue una orden de arresto que fue emitida.
Based on this, I'm going to provisionally appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender unless you have your own attorney.
Y basado en estos hechos, voy a designar a las oficinas del defensor público de manera provisional a que no sea que ella tenga su abogado particular.
Would you like to be appointed to the Office of the Public Defenders today?
¿Usted desea que se le designe las oficinas del defensor público en el día de hoy? Yes, I have a private attorney.
Today, would you like to be appointed to the Office of the Public Defenders?
¿Usted desea que se le designe las oficinas del defensor público en el día de hoy? Yes, please.
All right, at this time, I will go ahead and give you the Office of the Public Defender.
Ahora le voy a designar las oficinas del defensor público.
And thus, I would ask you, would you like to be heard on any issues, defense?
¿Defensa, usted quisiera decir algo en este momento? No.
All right, state.
¿Fiscalía?
No, Your Honor.
No, su señoría.
Thank you. Based upon this, I will issue the pre-trial release.
Gracias, basado en esto, vamos a emitir una orden de libertad provisional.
Everything he had was in 2021, possession of marijuana, vehicle theft, both of those was dropped. He have a hold out of Polk County for failure to appear for 21 MM 695.
Él tiene un cargo de posesión de marihuana y antecedente por hurto vehicular. Ambos cargos fueron desestimados. Él tiene un retén en el condado de Polk, en el caso 21 MM 695.
All right, at this time, I'm going to issue a bond for the driver's license while suspended for $500.
En este momento voy a emitir una fianza de $500 en el cargo de conducir con licencia suspendida.
And the judge has set a bond for you for $500 for the driver's license suspended, sorry. It's a warrant from Judge Efferson.
Y el juez ha programado una fianza de $500. Disculpe, es una orden de arresto emitida por el juez Epperson.
And $500 for failure to appear in arraignment by Judge Efferson.
Y $500 de fianza por falta de comparecencia en una vista incoatoria por parte del juez Epperson.
Good luck, sir.
Bueno, caballero.
Do I have anybody else? I should be the last person. Thank you, and Mr. Interpreter, have a great rest of your day.
You as well, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon.
Bond court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of bond court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond Court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.
Your Honor, the interpreter can kindly confirm if the defendant can hear through the headsets.
Thank you. This is not for Mr. Vasquez Fuentes is downtown.
Pre-trial date will be May 12th at 9 o'clock in courtroom 10B.
Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm the defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
Thank you. Need the headset, yeah. All right, good afternoon, sir. State your name, please.
Jose Salazar Sanchez.
Jose Salazar Sanchez.
All right, sir, you're here for an arraignment. I'm sorry, you're here for an initial appearance. You're arrested for driving with a suspended license.
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Bond is set at $1,000. All right. Good luck, sir.
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir. Your Honor, the interpreter can respectfully request the case number for this last defendant.
Yes, it's 22 CT 2083.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sí.
Your Honor, the interpreter can confirm defendant is able to hear through the headsets.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name, please?
Delmi Velázquez.
Delmi Velázquez.
All right, ma'am, you're here for initial appearance, case 2022 CF 4323. You were arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Bond is set at $3,500. Additionally, I'm going to order that you have no contact with George Vieira, that you possess no weapons or firearms. Good luck, ma'am.
Gracias.
Thank you.
That's it. That's all our interpreter cases. Thank you, Mr. Interpreter.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon.
You too. All right, good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Robert Boer.
Mr. Boer, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a battery. I'm going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Bond is set at $500. Order that you have no contact with the victim, that you possess no weapons or firearms.
We live in it.
All right.
Can I get a one-time return with law enforcement? They live together, Your Honor.
Okay.
I get my house, he just lives there.
Okay. Well, if he's living there, you're going to have to live somewhere else while he lives there. If he doesn't live there, then that's okay. If he is living there, you can return to the house one time with law enforcement escorting you to get your personal belongings. You're not to go back there alone, not to have contact with him, absent court order. Okay? Good luck. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Demetrius Turner.
Mr. Turner, you're here for initial appearance. Been arrested for resisting an officer without violence. Going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Bond is set at $500.
Your Honor, state did convey an offer of a withhold credit time served to Mr. Turner. Also informed the PD that he may qualify for PTD downtown.
All right. Your Honor, he wasn't brought up when I spoke to everyone else. I'm not sure he understands, so, he may need more time with an attorney.
Okay, well, I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender. You've got a $500 bond. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Bobby Lamar Marquis Sims.
Sims?
Gianna Marrero, Michael Rosado.
Okay,
Can we reset for tomorrow, Your Honor?
we'll reset, last name Murillo, reset for tomorrow, medical. And you're Bobby Lamar Marquis Sims?
Please, yes, sir.
Marquis, I'm sorry, I apologize. All right, sir, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a warrant for possession of cocaine. Bond is set at $250 on the warrant. Okay, he's also currently out on ROR. Has the state made charging decisions on either of those cases that he's out on? And I will appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
There is no charging decision on the 1913, and there is a charging decision on the 2183. He was charged with the robbery, sudden snatching, batleo, resisting with, and threatening a public servant.
Okay, so he bonded out on that on 3/31. And,
Sir.
okay, you were released. Okay, you're correct. You were our ward. The warrant indicates that the new allegation, the new charge possession of cocaine occurred on or between April the 10th. So I'm going to revoke the bond or revoke the ROR.
Sir, can I say something, please?
Well, I've appointed you an attorney
Where's the attorney at?
right there.
Can I say something, man? Sir, how did I pick up a charge? Can I see the charging affidavit?
I don't have a charging affidavit. I've got a warrant.
Can I see the warrant? What judge signed it, please?
Your Honor, would you, I would ask that you, on the out on bond being the 2022 CF 2183AO is not related, that you consider taking no action on that case, Your Honor.
No, given the severity of what was charged, the robbery by sudden snatching, and this occurred after his release on that, so I'm going to revoke the ROR and I'm going to state it no bond. You've got an attorney in that case. They can file a bond motion.
Can you show me my warrant, sir, for the thing, please?
Your attorney will have a copy of the warrant.
No, sir, I was just in jail when they say I caught this charge. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just got
Are you
out of
saying you were in
jail.
jail on April the 10th?
Yes, I was in jail, sir. You can ask this man here. I just had got out.
This shows you got out on 3/31.
No, that's wrong. I didn't, sir. I didn't even. Sir, I'm from Apopka, sir. I don't even stay in Orlando. I got lawsuits going on.
This is all Orange County.
OPD gave me that warrant, sir. Or Orlando Police Department.
OCSO, Your Honor.
And I was in custody. I was at Lakeside on the 10th.
Okay, you need to convey that to your attorney, and your attorney can.
Can you just show me my warrant, please? That's all I'm asking you as my judge, sir.
Is that all you're asking?
Yes.
Promise you're not going to ask anything else?
I promise, because I got to pay.
I'm showing you the warrant.
All right, can I have a copy of all that?
Your attorney can make a copy for you?
Can you make that now, ma'am, please?
The attorney assigned to the case will get it to you. I don't have it today.
We'll get you a copy of it.
Oh, can I have that now so I could?
This is the only copy, this is the only one I have.
No,
I'll have social services bring it to him, Your
I
Honor.
have a civil lawyer, sir, and I'm fighting against OPD in Orange County, so.
Okay.
When I talked to him, he told me to have a copy of the warrant.
Okay.
When he come see me.
He can get a copy of the warrant. The public defender's office through social services is gonna get you a copy.
Okay, but what happened on that offense day? What happened? What did it say I did?
It said you possessed cocaine.
Okay, sir, I'm telling you.
I understand you dispute it. I'm not gonna be the judge on the case.
My bond, and I'm telling you, I was in Lakeside on the 10th, sir.
Okay, well then then it sounds like you have an absolute defense. You need to get that to the attorney. Get that information to the attorney. But today is not the day to try the case.
Well, why is you taking my bond? And I'm telling you, I didn't get arrested for this, sir.
You've been arrested now for it, is what I'm telling you.
Saying, OPD never approached me like, Sims, you got a warrant for possession of cocaine. I don't know where this charge came from. My dad name is Bobby Sims, too.
Okay, well, all I know is the warrant that's been signed by an Orange County judge.
What judge?
Judge Marquez.
Mark who?
Marquez.
That's what I'm saying. How they gonna give me this judge? I got this same judge on other charges. Like, sir, I'm just confused because I know the law, and you feel what I'm saying? The day is my birthday. The police came and got me for a warrant. I just got out of jail in Lakeside. I had the people check the FDLE report because they was riding by my mom's house saying, oh, Bobby got a murder warrant or some type of warrant. So now all of a sudden, I'm going to jail for a warrant that I don't know nothing about. Even the agency, they lying, sir. I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
I certainly hope they're.
Well, why did you take my bond? What is your name?
Because you got arrested for a new felony while out on ROR for other felonies.
But you can't even show me my warrant, sir. I'm telling you.
I held the warrant up. Now we're going in circles.
Okay, but if I got arrested for a felony, right? Why wasn't I arrested?
You were arrested. That's why you're here in front of me.
I was arrested today, but on April 10th, when they say I committed the charge, why wasn't I taken to jail, sir?
I don't know why.
Okay, so like, damn, what this is a.
I see warrants all the time where people aren't arrested. That's why warrants go out.
I wasn't arrested on a felony charge.
It would only be a guess. I don't have the affidavit.
Your Honor, within the affidavit in the warrant, it says that he was transported to Aspire. He was transported to Aspire, which is why he wasn't arrested.
That's what I'm saying. I was in Lakeside. How did I get a charge? Why didn't they bring me to jail if I got a possession of cocaine? Why did they take?
Because they took you to Aspire.
Okay, well, why didn't I go to Aspire now?
Okay, we're going around in circles.
Your Honor,
We're
are
done.
you revoking both cases or just 218?
No, just on the one he was charged on.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So if you get caught with drugs or whatever,
They don't always take you to jail immediately. In this case, they took you to Aspire. It appears they took you to Aspire instead of arresting you, and then they had a warrant issued.
okay, when I came from Universal Studios, sir, I didn't have no drugs on me when the police approached me.
I think your attorney would tell you not to talk about the
Oh,
circumstances
they
of the case.
planted these drugs on me. I don't.
But stop talking about
Man, I need my warrant affidavit, bro. Can I please get my warrant
They
affidavit?
said they're gonna make a copy of it.
I'm
and
going
bring
to
it you.
have social.
I need to call my lawyer, bro. Man, I'm just saying, but they violate my rights. For real.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Frankie Avalon Borges.
Sir, you're here for an arraignment on a charge of misdemeanor resisting an officer without violence, and the Office of the Public Defender was previously appointed to represent you.
I will waive it, not waive, I will enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Plea of not guilty will set for a pretrial.
It'll be in Division 62, June 6th,
me,
at
Judge.
8:30,
I would like to handle
courtroom
that right now, sir.
12C,
I'm sorry, what was the date?
6/6.
Thank you.
I agree with that, man.
You cannot handle it today, they have you for competency. Here you go. Take it, that's your next court date.
Get that copy, man. This way.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Juan Castillo or Castillo?
Mr. Castillo, you're here for an arraignment, charge of trespassing and resisting an officer without violence to misdemeanors. The Office of the Public Defender was previously appointed to represent you.
Trying to find. We will enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Enter a plea of not guilty and set for pretrial.
Division 85, May 9th at 9 o'clock in courtroom 4A.
That's your next court date, okay? You're welcome. And Your Honor, the offer from the state was an adjudication of guilt, credit time served. There is cost of investigation in the amount of $159.83 to the Orlando Police Department and court costs. Mr. Shabazz would like to, I'm sorry, hold on. Mr. Shabazz would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Eric Shabazz.
Mr. Shabazz, I've been handed a plea form indicating you wish to withdraw your plea of not guilty, enter a plea of no contest to the charge of petty theft.
Yes.
And the agreed disposition is an adjudication of guilt, credit for the 41 days you've served in jail. You'd have to pay the costs and the cost of investigation, and I'd give you time to get that paid. But that would resolve this case today, and it would not go to trial. Is that your understanding? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
Holding up this plea form, it has your name at the top. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, to that charge of petty theft, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept that. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for 41 days. County jail, order that you pay the court costs, cost of prosecution, $159.83, cost of investigation to the Orlando Police Department. I'll give you 350 days to get all that paid. But otherwise, you'll be released on this today. You have 30 days to appeal the judgment and sentence. Any appeal must be in writing.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Irwin.
Yep.
Oh, okay. The other in-jail arraignments I have, Rolando Bryce Nalugo. Medical, okay,
We'll waive and enter a plea of not guilty.
okay.
Division 85, pretrial is May 9th at 9 o'clock in courtroom 4A.
Next, I've got Luke Charles.
Oh, waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Division 81, pretrial May 20th at 9 o'clock in courtroom 4E.
Next, I've got Cornelis Hickson.
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty.
Division 85, May 9th at 9 o'clock in courtroom 4A.
And last, Debbie Ryan.
And I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty.
Division 84, pretrial May 26th at 8:45 in courtroom 4B.
All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name, please?
Tracy Barnes.
Ms. Barnes, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for trespass on property after warning. Gonna appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you.
Your Honor, the state did convey an offer to Ms. Barnes of an adjudication, credit time served, and no return to the Hyatt Regency.
Ms. Barnes, I've been handed a plea form indicating, thank you, you wish to withdraw your plea of not guilty and enter a plea of no contest to the offense, that you be adjudicated guilty, you be given credit for the 2 days you served in jail.
He has 1 day, Your Honor.
Oh, shoot, okay, it shows the arrest actually was after midnight. Okay, so credit for today, from early this morning, plus cost, and you'd be ordered not to return to the scene That's the Hyatt Regency, 9801 International Drive. Is that your understanding, and is that what you want to do? Holding up this plea form, it has your name at the top. Is this your signature at the bottom? Is that a yes? Did you have the opportunity to read, review, and understand the document before you signed it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, to that charge of trespass after warning, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept that. I'll adjudicate you guilty, give you credit for 1 day, order that you pay the cost, and I'll give you 350 days to get the cost paid. Most important, I'm going to order that you not return to that Hyatt Regency. You were trespassed. If they see you, you're coming right back here. You don't want that, okay? All right, you've got 30 days to appeal. Any appeal must be in writing. Good luck, ma'am.
Your Honor, Mr. Harden, his mental health, Officer Harden.
Mental health?
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor. He's set for a competency evaluation on his out on bond 2021 CF 1270780, Your Honor. So I just ask that you consider that before revoking his out on bond.
Okay. I'll take no action on that. And on the new trespass, I'll stay the bond at 500. Order no return to that Citgo gas station, 4135 West Colonial. PD's appointed.
Bonded.
Lubin bonded, thank you. Good afternoon. Your name, sir?
Linwood Mulkey, sir.
Mr. Mulkey, you're here for an arraignment. Been arrested for providing, initial appearance. You've been arrested for providing false ID to law enforcement and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
Your Honor, the state did convey an offer to Mr. Mulkey of an adjudication credit time served.
And he would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Mulkey, be handed a plea form indicating you wish to withdraw your plea of not guilty and enter a plea of no contest to the charges of providing false ID to law enforcement and possession of drug paraphernalia to first-degree misdemeanors, that the resolution would be an adjudication of guilt, credit for the 2 days you've served in jail plus costs, and I give you time to get the cost paid. That would resolve these charges without a trial. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Holding up this plea form, it has your name at the top. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
Did you have the opportunity to read, review, and understand the document before you signed it?
Yes, sir.
All right. To that charge of providing false ID to law enforcement, how do you plead?
No contest.
And to the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, how do you plead?
No contest.
I'll accept your pleas. I'll adjudicate you guilty on each, give you credit for the 1 day you've served in jail, concurrent on each case, concurrent to their sentence that you currently may be serving, plus costs, and I'll give you 350 days to get the cost paid. You've got 30 days to appeal. Any appeal must be in writing. Good luck.
Madam Clerk?
Carl Smith, bonded, Your Honor.
Smith bonded, thank you. All right, good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Keith Allen Cowell.
All right, Mr. Cowell, you're here for initial appearance. You were arrested for a city ordinance violation of open container.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I've been authorized on the city's behalf to offer Mr. Cowell a withhold credit time served.
And he would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Cowell, been handed a plea form indicating you wish to withdraw your plea or enter a plea of no contest to the city ordinance violation of open container. Be a withhold of adjudication, credit for the 2 days you served in jail, plus cost, and give you time to get that paid. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm holding up this plea form. It has your name at the top. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Did you sign the form?
Did you sign the document?
No, I haven't signed it yet.
You just signed it.
Oh, I just signed it.
Okay, all
I
right.
can't see.
He can't see it from that
Okay.
far.
All right, to that city ordinance violation open container, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay.
No contest.
I'll accept no contest. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the 2 days. I'll give you 350 days to get the cost paid. You have 30 days to appeal.
Okay.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
Danielle Hill.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Hill, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for a city ordinance violation, open container.
Okay, yep. The offer from the state was a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, and court costs. Ms. Hill would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Hill, I'm being handed a plea form indicating you wish to withdraw your plea of, or enter a plea of no contest to the city ordinance violation, open container, that the agreed disposition is a withhold of adjudication, credit for the 2 days you served in jail plus costs. Is that your understanding?
Yep.
Holding up this plea form, it has your name at the top, is this your signature at the bottom?
Okay, yep.
To that charge, city ordinance violation, open container, how do you plead to the charge?
No contest.
All right, I'll accept your no contest plea. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for 2 days plus costs, and I'll give you 350 days to get the cost paid.
Okay, thank
You
you.
got 30 days to appeal. Any appeal must be in writing.
Okay.
Good luck, ma'am.
Just want to make sure.
Ronald Hines, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hines. All right, Mr. Hines, I'm being handed a plea form indicating you wish to enter a plea of no contest to the city ordinance. It's a general penalties provision, the Orlando City Ordinance, alleging that you crossed over yellow police tape entering a condemned property with the understanding that the disposition would be a withhold of adjudication, credit for the 2 days you served in jail, plus the cost, and that would resolve your case. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Holding up this plea form, it has your name at the top. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
Okay. To that plea of a violation of the city ordinance general provision by crossing the police tape, how do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, I'll accept no contest. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for 2 days. I'll give you 350 days to get the cost paid. You have 30 days to appeal. Good luck.
Your Honor, Mr. Marrero, Michael.
Okay.
Schubert is medical also, Your Honor.
Schubert's medical.
Can we reset for tomorrow, Your Honor?
We'll reset for tomorrow.
Otello refused, Your Honor.
Can we give her one more chance to come tomorrow, Your Honor? There is an offer to resolve our case.
Okay, I'll reset it for tomorrow.
Thank you. Let's see.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Gilbert Fernandez Diaz.
All right, Mr. Fernandez Diaz, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for driving with a suspended license.
Your Honor, in this particular case, I would ask that for the driving while license suspended, that you set a bond on that case and not revoke the out on bond. He's currently in pretrial diversion. We have a good program to help him try to get his driver's license. So he wants to get his driver's license, so I'd ask, that's the only reason why we're not resolving the driving offense. So I'd ask that you set a bond and take no action on the out on bond.
I'll stay the bond at $500. I'll take no action on the out on bond. And I'll appoint the Office of the Public Defender.
Thank you, Your Honor. You just get the form. Just. No valid and a motor vehicle registration. My number of my birthday. And Your Honor, in this particular case, we'll be resolving not the new offense, but the out on bond offenses.
You gotta, you normally gotta let the clerk know that. She's gotta generate paperwork.
So the, go ahead and say your name, sorry.
My name is Jacinia Perez.
In case number 2021 CT 4746AO and 2021 CT 4747AO, the offer from the state is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and court costs. Ms. Perez would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest to both charges, Your Honor. And I ask that you just set a bond on the driving while license suspended.
All right, Ms. Perez, I've been handed a plea form indicating you wish to withdraw your pleas of not guilty and or pleas of no contest to the two traffic offenses, having no motor vehicle registration and operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, two second-degree misdemeanors, with the understanding it appears that it's just credit for 1 day time served on each, and you'd be ordered to pay the cost in both cases, and I'll give you time to get those costs paid. Is that your understanding?
Yes, sir.
Holding up this plea form, it has your name at the top. Is this your signature at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the opportunity to read, review, and understand the document before you signed it?
Yes, sir.
All right, to that charge of having no motor vehicle registration, how do you plead?
No contest, sir.
And for operating a motor vehicle without a valid license, how do you plead?
No contest, sir.
I'll accept your pleas in both the out on bond cases. I'm gonna adjudicate you guilty on both, give you credit for 1 day time served plus costs, and I'll give you 350 days to get the cost paid. On the new offense, where you were arrested for driving with a suspended license, in case 22 CT 2082 AO, I'll stay the bond at $500. I'm going to order that you not drive without a valid license. All right, good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
It's going to be
All right, good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Let's say your name.
Algie Alexander.
All right, Mr. Alexander, you're here for initial appearance in charge of possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver. That bond is set at $15,000. You're also currently out on bond, driving with a suspended license. Okay, and that's based on the allegation that you were sitting behind the wheel of a running automobile. I'm going to revoke the bond in that case. 2022 CT 589 AO, and I'll set a new bond at $2,500. I'm going to order you not drive without a valid license while this matter is pending.
So what happened with the other bond?
And I'm sorry, Your Honor, are you staying the bond in the possession case?
Yes. The drug case, the bond has stayed out on bond. I'm revoking that bond, but I'm setting a new bond at $2,500 in order not to drive.
You gotta say your name.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Christopher Bivens.
Mr. Bivens, you're here for initial appearance. You were arrested for failing to appear for trial management conference back in November last year. Bond is set at none. Right. So I think the public defender was previously appointed to represent you. It's Division 15. So that attorney can file a bond motion in Division 15 if you want to get a bond back. Get a bond set.
You're fine. Yeah, that's nothing.
Good afternoon. Your name, please?
Caleb Thomas Brame.
Mr. Brame, you're here for initial appearance. All right. Based on your application for the appointment of the public defender, you make too much money, qualify for the public defender. You've been arrested for possession of more than 20 grams of cannabis. Bond is set at $1,000. Good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Your name, please?
LaShawn Bullock.
Mr. Bullard, you're here for initial appearance. Going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested for possession of cocaine and resisting an officer without violence.
Yes, sir.
Those bonds are stated at $1,000 on the first count, $100 on the second count. You're also currently out on bond on two separate drug charges, 22 CF 3190, sale and delivery, and possession of cocaine, and 22 CF 3216. I'm going to revoke those bonds and set them at none. Good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Your name, sir?
Jason Childs.
Mr. Childs, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. Bond has been set at $2,500. In addition, I'm ordering that you not return to the Licking Restaurant, 1117 Florida Mall Avenue, that you have no contact with the victim or any employees of that restaurant.
Excuse me.
Also, possess no weapons or firearms.
Yeah, but I gotta go get my check for that place. I ain't supposed to be victim, the person who I gotta go and get my paycheck from. So I'm trying to figure out how that's gonna go.
They're probably gonna know it. Your Honor, he stated he has to get his paycheck because he worked there. I don't know if the police handle that, the one-time return with law enforcement.
I'll let you return to that business, but you have to be escorted by law enforcement.
Okay.
If you go back alone, understand you'll be in violation of the court's order.
Problem.
Okay. All right. Good luck.
Okay, so. These cases.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Roosevelt Davis.
Mr. Davis, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for failing to appear at a pretrial conference, April the 6th. The original charge is a criminal mischief, and the bond is set at $1,000 on the failure to appear. All right.
Sinclair.
Your Honor, Mr. Sky Goldston, surety bond.
Golston bonded, thank you.
Mr. Jackson next.
Mr. Jackson, come on up.
No, he's here.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please? All right, Mr. Jackson, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested pursuant to a warrant for petty theft with 2 prior convictions. Bond is set at $250, and I'll appoint the Office of Public Defender. All right. Good luck, sir.
You don't qualify.
You don't qualify.
You gotta pay the 100.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
Jones.
Mr. Jones, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested for trafficking in cocaine greater than 200 grams with a firearm, possession of MDMA, possession of a firearm or ammunition by a convicted felon, possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia. State, do you have a position on bond on count 1?
Your Honor, on count 1, given that it is a life offense, state is asking that you hold him no bond at this time, pending an Arthur hearing downtown.
Hey, Mr. Jones, do you want me to consider appointing the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this matter, or are you going to hire an attorney?
No, I have an attorney already hired.
Okay, all right. All right, so at this point, I'm going to stay the bond on count 1 at none. Subject to an Arthur hearing, your attorney can file a motion on that. The remaining counsel will remain stayed, $15,000 count 2, $4,000 count 3, $1,000 count 4, and $500 on count 5. All right. Good luck, sir.
Your Honor, can I at least have a copy of my affidavit or something? I have the slightest idea what's going on here. I was arrested.
Well, I think if you're hiring an attorney would say, don't talk about it.
Yeah, I know. I just want a copy of my affidavit.
Okay, I don't have a copy to give you, okay? But the attorney can get a copy, and they can get a copy to you.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Good luck, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name, please?
Rosanna Mesarina.
All right, ma'am, you're here for initial appearance on a couple of matters. First, you've been arrested for neglect of a child. You've also been arrested on view for violating probation. Okay. Same one, okay. All right, ma'am. Do you want me to appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter, or are you going to hire an attorney?
I have a private attorney,
Private attorney, okay.
Lee Perman.
I'm sorry, say it again?
Lee Perman.
Okay. All right, ma'am, on the neglect of a child, the bond is set at $1,000. On the on-view violation of probation, I'm going to stay the bond at none. and your attorney can file the appropriate motion to get you a bond, all right?
Okay,
All right, good luck, ma'am.
thank you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name, please?
Zuleika Rodriguez.
Ms. Rodriguez, you're here for initial appearance. You've been arrested. Let's see, I will appoint the public defender. And you've been arrested pursuant to a warrant for robbery with a deadly weapon and aggravated battery. The bonds have been set at $7,500 on count one, $2,500 on count two, for a total of $10,000. In addition, you're ordered to have no contact with any of the co-defendants in the case, no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, and not possess any weapons or firearms.
Your Honor, given that count one is a live offense, state's asking that it be held at no bond pending an Arthur hearing.
This is pursuant to a warrant. I'm not going to change the warrant. It's a robbery with a deadly weapon, not a firearm. If I misspoke. I don't know if
You're right, it's still in the
Okay.
statute, it's still a life offense.
All right. So the bond is set pursuant to the warrant. Stayed.
Mrs. Vestry, refused.
Thank you.
I will waive the appearance, Your Honor.
So appoint the public defender, waive his appearance on both cases. The bond will be stayed, $3,000 on first case and $1,000 on the second. Good afternoon, sir. Your name, please?
My name is Louis Woodson. I had a few questions for you if you let me ask them.
Okay, let me tell you why you're here first, and then I'll let you ask me the questions, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you're here for initial appearance. I am going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you. You've been arrested for a new charge of aggravated battery. And in that case, bond is set at $3,500. I'm going to order that you have no contact with a Bryant Roberson, and that you not return to the 918 West Colonial Drive, that's a Family Dollar store, that you possess no weapons or firearms. Okay, you're also currently out on bond for sale and delivery of cocaine. Has the state made a filing decision in that case?
Yes, Judge.
Yes?
Yes, on the
Been filed
floor.
on? Okay, all right. So I did appoint the Office of the, what's the state's position on the out on bond?
Your Honor, given the violent nature of this offense, and given that he is out on bond for a felony, the state would ask that you revoke at this time. If you're otherwise not inclined to revoke, we would ask that you at least revoke in double, given that he does have fairly lengthy history, several VOPs, other violent offenses, and other drug offenses.
What's the defense's
Excuse me, sir.
position on the out on bond?
Your Honor, as opposed to revoking and holding him at no bond, I would just ask that you consider revoking and doubling, Your Honor.
Okay.
Please, if you can, because I right now, sir, I have my daughter. She's autistic and she's 3 years old, and I'm trying my hardest to get back out to her, sir. And I don't know half of what's going on in this case, sir. I'd rather double it if it's possible, sir. I'm trying to get to my daughter.
All right, I'm going to revoke the bond, state at none. You've got a assistant public defender representing you in Division 20. They can file the appropriate motion in front of that judge, if you seek to get a bond back.
So how long?
Good luck, sir.
Hey, sir, you didn't even give me the chance to ask you the questions I was trying to ask.
Okay, well, what, no, hold on. I'll let you ask me a question, but don't.
Not the fact.
But the question is, will you please not revoke my bond? That, I've answered that question. What other questions do you have?
No, sir, because I have a lot going on out there with my daughter. My daughter, she just recently got out the hospital.
Okay.
My daughter just recently got out the hospital, sir. I'm trying to be there for my daughter. I'm trying hard, sir. I am. I'm begging you to please, if it's possible, sir, double my bond. I paid a double, sir, but I need to be there for my daughter. I'm the only parent that's doing something for my daughter. I'm
Well,
the
the court-
only parent, sir, and
Right.
I'm about to cry right now because I know I'm finna leave her out there like that. I'm about to cry right now about her.
Well, at this point, the court's ruled, and I've revoked the bond. So you can have your attorney in that division file the motion with the court. Okay? Good luck, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name, please?
Alexandra Gomez Saldana.
All right, ma'am, you're here for. All right. Is this one she didn't qualify?
Yes, the mental health specialist advised that she didn't qualify for mental health PTR, and the judge only gave mental health PTR without an alternative, so she needs an alternative bond.
All right, so you didn't qualify for mental health pretrial release.
I'm sorry, I don't qualify?
According to them, they say you don't qualify for the mental health pretrial release.
What does that mean?
That's, do we have a specific reason why? No?
No.
Okay.
I do feel like I need some mental help. Go to the psychiatrist and
Okay. Well, recognizing an issue is certainly important, okay? Now, you've got the absolute right to remain silent, so please don't construe anything as encouraging you to talk about the situation, because that's not what we're here for today. All right, so first of all, let's see, did they?
I don't have
this.
so I don't know. Do we have a case number?
This is 22 MM 2432. Last name Gomez Saldana. The public defender was previously appointed,
Rebecca, she qualify for regular?
and the victim did testify at the initial appearance, and the court ordered no hostile or violent contact, mental health pretrial release.
Okay. So she can? Your Honor, she can qualify, even though she couldn't qualify for mental health, she does qualify for regular pretrial release, so I would ask for regular pretrial
All right,
release.
I'll release her on regular pretrial release. Ma'am, I just make it explain to you better than I could. I understand if you recognize that you need some assistance, that's a good step. But it's not going to be as a condition of the release in this case. So it's going to be, I'm going to release you on pretrial release with the order to have no hostile or violent contact with your daughter, possess no weapons or firearms. Okay? Good luck, ma'am. All right. And we're in recess.
Bond Court is a free service, but it takes several hours of my time every day. Less than 10% of Bond Court viewers hit the like button, and less than 1% leave a comment. If you want Bond Court to continue to be available on YouTube for free, then please hit the like button and leave a comment on all of my videos.